In a town in Persia, two brothers, Kasim and Ali Baba, lived in modest circumstances after their father's death. Although their father had divided his wealth between them, it was hardly enough to sustain them. Kasim married a widow who soon inherited a vast estate, a prosperous shop, and a warehouse filled with valuable goods. They began to live in comfort, while Ali Baba married a poor woman and struggled to make ends meet by cutting wood, relying on his 3 donkeys to carry the load. One day, as Ali Baba was working in the forest, he noticed a cloud of dust approaching. Soon, a group of well-armed horsemen appeared. Sensing danger, he climbed a large tree and concealed himself among the branches, watching as the men dismounted and gathered near a rock. There were 40 of them, clearly a band of robbers. Their leader approached the rock and uttered the words, "Open sesame," causing a hidden door to swing open. The robbers entered, and after some time, they emerged again, leaving the cave just as it was. Once they were gone, Ali Baba climbed down from his perch, curious about the magic words he had witnessed. Standing before the door, he called out, "Open sesame," and to his astonishment, it opened. Inside, he found a well-lit cavern filled with treasures, silks, carpets, gold, and silver. Realizing the fortune before him, he quickly filled his donkeys with as much gold as they could carry, covered it with wood to conceal it, and made his way home. When Ali Baba's wife saw the gold, she was initially suspicious, fearing he had stolen it. However, he reassured her and shared the tale of the cave, urging her to keep it a secret. Excited by their newfound wealth, she insisted on measuring the gold to know exactly how much they had. Ali Baba, thinking it unnecessary, agreed but suggested she borrow a measure from their neighbor, Kasim's wife. Eager to help, Kasim's wife became curious and secretly applied glue to the bottom of the measuring cup. Ali Baba's wife returned home, measured the gold, and unknowingly left with a hidden coin stuck to the measure. Kasim's wife, discovering the gold, felt envy and rushed to tell her husband about Ali Baba's newfound riches. Consumed by jealousy, Kasim confronted Ali Baba the next day, demanding to know the truth. After some hesitation, Ali Baba revealed everything, including the cave's location and the secret words necessary to enter. With this knowledge, Kasim plotted to claim the treasure for himself. Early the next morning, Kasim set out with 10 mules laden with chests, determined to gather gold from the cave. Upon arriving, he confidently uttered, "Open sesame," and entered the cave, marveling at the wealth inside. He filled his mules with gold but panicked when he tried to leave. In his haste, he forgot the key phrase and instead shouted various grain names. No matter how hard he tried, he could not remember a sesame. Desperate and frustrated, Kasim wandered the cave, realizing he was trapped. His greed had led him to a dire fate, while Ali Baba, the humble woodcutter, had stumbled upon a fortune that would change his life forever. As the thieves returned to their cave, they discovered an unexpected sight. In their midst stood Kasim, who had ventured into their secret lair. Realizing he must have overheard their magic words, they panicked about the security of their treasure. To send a chilling message to anyone who might dare to enter again, they brutally cut Kasim's body into 4 pieces and hung 2 parts on either side of the cave's entrance. When night fell and Kasim failed to return home, his wife grew increasingly anxious. She rushed to Ali Baba's house, fearing the worst. Although Ali Baba initially dismissed her concerns, he later felt a growing unease as the night wore on without any sign of his brother. With dawn breaking, Ali Baba decided to investigate the cave himself. Upon arriving, he found no trace of Kasim or his mules, only spots of blood near the entrance. His heart sank as he opened the door and was met with a horrific sight. Kasim's dismembered body hung gruesomely on either side of the entrance. In despair, Ali Baba gathered the remains, wrapped them carefully, and loaded them onto one of his donkeys. He covered the other 2 donkeys with the gold he had taken from the cave and set off home. Later that evening, Ali Baba arrived at Kasim's house. His clever slave, Morgiana, opened the door for him. Ali Baba instructed her to keep the tragedy a secret for the sake of her mistress and himself. He explained that they needed to bury Kasim as if he had died a natural death, and he asked Morgiana to convey his request to Kasim's wife. As Ali Baba recounted the grim tale to Kasim's wife, he urged her to remain calm and composed. He assured her that Morgiana would help, and he offered his assistance in any way possible. With heavy hearts, they began to make arrangements for Kasim's burial, concealing the truth of his fate. Morgiana quickly sought the help of a doctor, requesting lozenges for Kasim, who was said to be gravely ill. The doctor, unaware of the real situation, prepared the medicine. The next day, Morgiana returned, this time asking for a potion meant for someone on the brink of death. With tears in her eyes, she expressed her fears that it might be too late to save her master. As the day progressed, Ali Baba and his wife visited Kasim's house frequently, drawing the attention of the townspeople. When Kasim's wife began to lament in the evening, no one found it surprising. The following morning, Morgiana approached a cobbler named Baba Mustafa. She offered him a gold coin and asked him to accompany her, blindfolded, to an undisclosed location. Despite his initial hesitation about compromising his honor, the promise of more gold persuaded him to comply. Morgiana led him to her master's house, where she instructed him to sew Kasim's body parts back together. Upon completion, she rewarded him with another gold piece, blindfolded him again, and returned him safely to his shop, ensuring he kept the events a secret. Kasim was buried with all the proper ceremonies, and the true nature of his demise remained hidden from the world. In the days that followed, Ali Baba discreetly moved some of his belongings into Kasim's house and returned the stolen gold to the robbers, under the cover of night. Soon after, Kasim's widow was remarried, and Ali Baba entrusted Kasim's shop to his eldest son, ensuring that life in the town continued, albeit shadowed by the dark secret of what had transpired in the cave. The 40 robbers returned to their cave, expecting to stash their latest haul, but were met with a shocking sight. Kasim's body was missing, and some of their gold bags had also vanished. Their leader quickly realized the implications of this discovery. They had to act swiftly to protect their secrets. He proposed that one of the robbers disguise himself as a traveler and venture into town, to investigate any rumors surrounding a strange death. It was crucial to identify the man who posed a threat to their security. One brave robber volunteered for the task, eager to prove his loyalty. Disguised as a stranger, he wandered through the town until he stumbled upon Baba Mustafa's shop, which was among the first to open each day. The robber engaged Mustafa in conversation, intrigued by how a man of his age could still be working diligently. Mustafa, perhaps a bit too eager to share, recounted how he had sewn together the pieces of a dead man in dim light, piquing the robber's interest. Hearing about the dead man, the robber pressed for more details, hoping to uncover the identity of the deceased. Although Mustafa initially hesitated, the sight of a gold coin in the robber's hand convinced him to share what little he could. However, he claimed he had been blindfolded when taken to the body and could not reveal its location. The clever robber suggested that Mustafa could be blindfolded again to help guide him back to the place and offered more gold as an incentive. Tempted by the coins, Mustafa reluctantly agreed. After the robber blindfolded him, they walked until they reached a stop. Mustafa halted in front of Ali Baba's house, and the robber marked the location with chalk. Once Mustafa's blindfold was removed, he feigned ignorance about the house. The robber, now armed with this information, returned to his band with news of the suspected location. Morgiana noticed a chalk mark on her house upon returning from errands. Suspecting ill intentions towards her master or a child's prank, she decided to safeguard her master. Quietly, she marked neighboring houses with chalk without informing anyone. Excited by the discovery, the leader of the robbers gathered his men and set off to investigate. However, upon arrival, they found that several houses had been marked in the same manner as the one they sought, leaving them confused. Unable to identify the exact house, they returned to their cave, and the careless spy was executed for his failure. Determined to succeed, another robber took on the task. He, too, bribed Mustafa and marked a house with red chalk. But Morgiana, now vigilant after the earlier incident, noticed the new mark and proceeded to mark neighboring houses as a precaution. When the robbers returned, they encountered the same confusion and lost another spy to the leader's wrath. Frustrated by the repeated failures, the leader decided to take matters into his own hands. He approached Mustafa directly, who guided him to Ali Baba's house without marking it this time. The leader memorized its location and devised a plan. He instructed his gang to acquire 19 mules and 39 large leather jars, one filled with oil and the others empty. The jars were to be altered to allow for a man to fit inside, with openings left for breathing. Once prepared, the leader greased the outside of the 38 jars with oil, loaded them onto the mules along with one filled with oil, and set off toward Ali Baba's home, ready to execute his plan. The robbers were determined to reclaim their lost treasure and eliminate the threat that had arisen from their past misdeeds. That evening, the 38 robbers, led by their cunning chief, approached Ali Baba's house under the guise of ordinary merchants. The leader, posing as an oil seller, requested lodging for the night. Ali Baba, unaware of the danger, graciously welcomed him inside, offering food and shelter. The leader, however, had sinister intentions and secretly orchestrated a plan with his men hidden in the jars outside. As the night wore on, Ali Baba's servant, Morgiana, was busy preparing a meal. When the lamp ran out of oil, she followed Abdullah's suggestion to fetch oil from one of the jars. As she approached, she heard a whisper from within, signaling the presence of the hidden robbers. Realizing the imminent threat, she cleverly responded to the whispers, keeping the secret of the robbers' presence while taking oil from one of the jars. Quickly formulating a plan, Morgiana boiled water and poured it into the jars, eliminating the men inside. The leader, sensing something was amiss when his men did not respond to his call, discovered their grim fate. Panicking, he fled through the back door, narrowly escaping the fate of his comrades. The next morning, Ali Baba, oblivious to the night's events, went about his routine. Upon returning from his bath, he noticed the jars still in the yard. Morgiana led him to inspect them, revealing the grim truth of what had transpired. She advised Ali Baba to keep this information secret, explaining how the leader had intended to kill him. Grateful for her quick thinking, Ali Baba freed her from servitude and promised to reward her, cementing their bond by helping her bury the robbers' remains in the garden. Meanwhile, the leader of the robbers, having retreated to his cave, devised a new plan to pay Ali Baba back. He disguised himself as a merchant named Chogia Hussein and opened a shop across from Ali Baba's son's store. He ingratiated himself with local merchants and soon built a rapport with Ali Baba's son, who, unaware of the danger, invited him over for dinner. On the appointed day, Ali Baba's son took Hussein for a walk, and upon their return, he insisted that Hussein join them for dinner. Although suspicious, Hussein feigned compliance. When Ali Baba requested that Morgiana prepare a meal without salt, she immediately recognized the leader and suspected his intentions. Determined to protect her master, she devised a plan to divert his attention. After serving the meal, she donned a dancer's attire and performed a captivating dance. In the midst of her performance, she brandished a hidden dagger, skillfully weaving it into her act. The moment Hussein reached for his reward, she plunged the dagger into his heart, thwarting his murderous plot. Ali Baba and his son were shocked but relieved, as Morgiana revealed the hidden dagger and explained the danger they had narrowly escaped. Grateful for her bravery, Ali Baba offered her not only his gratitude but a freedom and also a place in the family as his daughter-in-law. Ali Baba's son also loved her, so he consented for this marriage. Their bond solidified, they buried Hussein discreetly, ensuring no one would uncover the truth. In the following days, Ali Baba chose not to revisit the cave, wary of potential remaining threats. However, after a time, he ventured back, discovering that the treasure remained untouched since Hussein's demise. He collected a significant amount of wealth and shared the hidden cave's secrets with his son, ensuring their family's prosperity for years to come. Thank you for watching Ali Baba and the 40 Thieves. If you enjoyed this tale, be sure to like and subscribe to Ahmed's Worlds for more enchanting stories from the Arabian Nights. Join us weekly for new adventures. Until next time, keep exploring.